Shalom, shalom, shalom. Once again, this is Naaman at DC Camp. First and foremost, call Allah Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kodash, and of course, double honors go out to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. All right. Salutations for the other Akim out there on the highways and byways across the four corners, pushing this truth in all honesty and sincerity. All right. Trying to wake up the remaining, hopefully, elect. All right. Once again, here we go. These devils, truth is tearing that ass up, as we like to say. All right. Here we have as it reads, Oklahoma Republican introduces bill to limit how slavery is taught in schools. It says a new bill proposed in the Oklahoma State Legislature would limit how slavery is taught in schools and ban teaching that one race is the unique oppressor or victim in slavery's history. What the fuck? See, oh man, this is getting to it. But this lets you know how powerful these words we speak are. And that's scripture. All right, let's get it real quick. Don't need guns. All right. Don't need guns. That's what they want. They've got defenses for that. No, that's their blessing. But no, they don't have any defense for this. This is Hosea chapter 6, verse 5. And it says, therefore have I hewed them, I chopped them all to pieces by the prophets. I have slain them by the words of my mouth, and thy judgments are as the light that goeth forth. All right. Because Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai has a plan for that. You're right. And one of the commandments, got to go back to the scriptures, is what? When we go to Zephaniah, 3rd chapter, it tells us what? It's a commandment. It says what? Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Most High Yahweh, that's Lord, all caps, until the day that I rise up to pray, for my determination is to gather the nations, all right, that I may assemble the kingdoms, Joel, what? 3rd chapter, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. Prophecy must be fulfilled. See, the thing you have to also remember, these devils, a lot of them still believe that those pitiful specimens over there currently occupying the land of Israel, they believe that they have to believe because it's Edomite / white supremacy that leads them to believe that those people, because they look like them and they're superior, those must be the real so-called Jews. And I say so-called because aside from that being just one tribe, the true reference you must use be Judean. All right. Anyway, so here it is. He's introduced this bill. Well, you know, it wasn't just one oppressor. Oh, yes, it was. It wasn't just one victim. Wow. I mean, this is a devil. This is how the devil works. It says Republican State Representative Jim Olson filed House Bill 2988 this month, and it has already caused a backlash from lawmakers and teachers. The bill prohibits state agencies and public school districts from placing culpability on one race and teaching that one race is the unique oppressor or another race is the unique victim in the institution of slavery. Well, wasn't it that way? Like, duh. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe he's talking about the whole institution as far as, well, maybe it was not just them. Maybe, the Arabs built the ships, and, the Hamites, they went and gathered us up. But even with that, what you did afterwards is totally something different. So, yes, this is you, and solely you, Mr. So called white man, Mr. Edomite, Mr. American Edomite. See, this American Edomite is exquisitely wicked and evil. He stands out even among his other Edomite brethren. See, and everybody's realizing this now. So, what this devil is trying to do is spread the guilt around a little bit. But it's not going to work. No. It's not going to work. It says further, the bill bans teaching that America has more culpability in general than other nations for the institute of slavery, or that the purpose for the founding of America was the initiation and perpetuation of slavery. See, that's why scriptures like this come to mind. Now we got to go to Daniel 9 and 12. And it says, and he hath confirmed his words, which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. And that's prophecy in Deuteronomy 28th chapter. All right. For under the whole heaven hath not been done as hath been done upon Jerusalem. Jerusalem, remember, is a people before it's a place. And that rings true in what we're talking about now, because this institution, as it's become, has not been done to any other nation on the face of the earth. So you got to understand, that's why they need that Holocaust shit, all right, to stay relevant. And what I mean by that is, I'm thinking of, well, let's go, because this individual I'm about to, of course, some of you know of him, some of you do not. And this is Ho Chi Minh. He lived from 1890 to 1969. Now, he's in a unique position to understand the so-called white man because of what happened to his country, Vietnam, just 5 years before his birth. When the French, yes, the French Edomites, fucked up his country. And I have a book back there, I didn't bring it out, forgive me, but it explains to you in detail how the French fucked that country over. And from the time of World War II up until when the French invaded in 54. Now, after World War II, some merchant marines and other service members, I'm trying to remember verbatim, I don't think it was merchant marines, I think it was the U.S. In Meetna. Let's see, the war ended after officially the bombing in August of 45, so I believe it was September or October, they started sending troops and supplies to Vietnam. A lot of people don't know that. They says, oh, we got involved in, no. It was in 45. See, they always have these plans laid out beforehand, what they want to do. All right. You know, Albert Pike and others, has been known for some time. These things were pre-planned because they have an agenda. But in this particular case, in 1885 in Vietnam, what the French did, they pitted these two brothers against each other that were, I guess, contending for the monarchy. And one brother ended up, the French chose a puppet, and the puppet was trying to kill his own brother, and his own brother ended up being on the run. All right, and that was their, maybe not the very beginnings, but as far as the Vietnam that, they like to talk about, those beginnings of, or Indochina as they call it. Yes, a lot of history, and people have long memories. This is one of the things, but as it pertains to us, now this is a young, relatively, he's 31 here in this picture, Ho Chi Minh, all right, he was in Marseille, France. But what he did when he came over here to the States, he hung around a whole lot of people, all right, one of which, let me get it here, all right, now it's froze up on me again, so I can come on, I have to go out and come back in so I can. All right, it's a little too big there. I'm not that far gone yet. All right, here we go. So says he was it's believed that while he was in the U.S., he made contact with Korean nationalists, an experience that developed his political outlook. And skipping down, it said he was also influenced by Pan-Africanist and black nationalists, here we go, that black again, Marcus Garvey, during his stay, and said he attended meetings of the Universal Negro Improvement Association. And one of his quotes, he had said, because he was aware of all the lynchings and things that were committed against us, and he said that we are the most oppressed people in the world. All right, now you think these people could have that? You got to remember, this is back in around World War One days. All right, and it has always at least one instance that because someone did a video and I've got it recorded somewhere, but this is it was on YouTube. I don't know if they took it down or not, but came out of what is it? A History Channel, and they proved that part of this story of the so-called Jews and the Nazis, where they like to make out all these atrocities. Well, one such atrocity they traced back to this time period that I'm talking about here, around 1916, 1917, on the U.S. southern border, Texas. And the incident had to do with, they would have to have Issachar wash himself in kerosene because he's supposed to be so dirty, all right, to remove, parasites and whatever else. And in one instance, at least one instance, the tub they were in was lit on fire, burning Issacharites. So, I mean, shit like that, that they stole and said it happened to them, and Auschwitz and, other bullshit tales that they tell. But yeah, this is what we're dealing with, lie upon lie upon lie. And this is what we're out here on the highways. We are, when we go to the New Testament here, which this thing is reacts, it's scriptures like this is what we're doing. We're casting down all this bullshit. This is 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. It says, "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds." Hosea 6 and 5 comes to mind real quick. We're smashing them to pieces, cutting them to pieces with just words. That's spiritual power. That's spiritual power. All right? Like, damn. And all we doing is opening the Holy Scriptures. Not the Talmud. No. King James 16:11 Bible. And fucking them up. And they know this. They know who we are. That's why they're hurrying up trying to establish this new world order. Because they're losing. Verse 5, it says, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. They have no defense, so they have to come out here and they're hoping that they can find something because the last two didn't work. The incident in New Jersey, has it been 3 years? Time passes so fast, so forgive me. The one in New Jersey where they said some Israelites shot up, was it a bodega owned by some Jews or some shit? And then this last one with this guy, and it didn't work. Because both of these guys, I mean, you look in their eyes and it's like they're not there. The lights on and nobody's home, you know. But don't think they've given up. Please don't think that. So back to the article. So what is this? And people are starting to question, well, why would you not? Of course, you gotta realize that the truth, so powerful. Anyway, it goes on to say, Salakia, another stipulation of the bill is to ban teaching that America had slavery more extensively and for a later period of time than other nations. Wow. They hurt. It also prohibits the use of the 1619 Project, a long-form journalism endeavor by the New York Times that examined slavery's role in the founding of America. Journalist Nicole Hannah-Jones, she's got tenure here at Howard University here in the district, who led the 1619 Project, called the bill and others like it anti-history memory laws. And she's exactly right. Again, the truth. It says that are opposed to truth. Public schools that fail to comply would see the State Department of Education withhold up to 5% of their monthly state funding under the bill. See, this is how this devil works. You're tied to him, so he's going to hit the pocket. All right? This is another, of course, it's another video, but people are tired of this shit and they're trying to get rid of that fucking dollar. Is that if the entity complied with after a violation, funding will be restored. Similarly, state-supported 2-year and 4-year higher education institutions that fail to comply could have 10% of state funding withheld. What kind of shit is this? Wow. Showing their horns. 10% of state funding withheld. If passed, the bill would take effect November 1st, 2022. So almost 10 months out. Almost a year, 11, Scott Salakia. Olson defended the bill, telling NBC affiliate, hey, time's passing fast enough, don't need me to help it. Anyway, Olson defended the bill, telling NBC affiliate KFOR, it insists upon in teaching slavery in balance and in context. No, the truth of what you did is all the context it needs. It don't need you holding back anything. It doesn't prohibit anybody from teaching that America had slavery, that it was evil. It doesn't prohibit teaching that we're better for not having slavery, Olson said. The University of Oklahoma chapter of the American Association of University Professors, however, slammed the bill as disturbing in a statement. This place is divided at all levels. It says they are cranking this legislation out faster than the courts can keep up. In the meantime, we have no intention of lying to our students or bowing to this assault on truth and academic freedom, the group said. State Representative Forrest Bennett, a Democrat representing Oklahoma City, called the bill embarrassing and a waste of time. This doesn't help people. It does nothing to further the conversation about race, and I think it's an important one to have. It also distracts from so many of the other issues that are facing Oklahoma today. Democratic State Representative Monroe Nichols tweeted, "Throughout history, we've had Holocaust deniers, 9/11 deniers, Sandy Hook deniers. Don't give Representative Olson too much credit for his denial and romanticizing of American slavery. He's just joining an exclusive club of hate and division." See, they also got to put that damn Holocaust shit there. See what I was saying earlier? They have to stay relevant. All right. Anyway, the bill comes as there's been a war waging among school boards and local lawmakers across the U.S. over teaching critical race history. I'm not going to call that theory anymore. It's history. The study of the relationship between race and laws and its impact on society. This isn't the first bill tackling the teaching of race to be proposed in Oklahoma. In May, Governor Kevin Stitt, a Republican, signed House Bill, get a load of this, 1775, which prohibited public school teachers from teaching that one race or sex is inherently superior to another, or that, see, they're embarrassed. See, years past, they ran around with the chest all stuck up. Got their nose all up in the air. Now look. Let's go to Habakkuk real quick. This is Habakkuk 2, and I'm going to skip on down. "16, thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Most High Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory." See, this is the thing that he dreads, because when you go to Isaiah, it also prophesied this. When you go to 33:1, it says, "Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously." All that history coming out, how he dealt with the so-called Native American Indians who happen to be Gadites and Reubenites, and how he fucked them over, and all they were doing was trying to help him survive. And the him I'm talking about is the so-called white man, whose biblical nationality is that of Edom. All right, the descendants of Jacob's brother Esau. See, this is how they got to where they're at. And they don't want that to be known. See, they've spun this narrative of they were such God-fearing people, and these people over here were savages. But who were the real savages? Nah, see, now we can't have that. Now that's too much like right. But that's what's got them, and there's nothing they can do about it, But that's the beautiful thing about it, because it's their time to go. Anyway, I'll read it again. It says, "Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee." It's coming. Oh, it's coming. And like I say, this is beautiful because it's nothing. They always like to say that, hold that thought for a minute. Let me finish this out because I just saw something. Here we go again. It says, or that an individual by virtue of his or her race of sex is inherently racist, sexist, or oppressive. A coalition of civil rights groups sued the state over that law, arguing that it violates students and teachers' free speech and denies people of color, the alphabet people, and girls the chance to learn their history. See how you stupid jakes, you get involved with this shit, and now they lump them in with us. And one has absolutely nothing to do with the other. This week, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, a Republican, pushed a new bill, the Stop Woke Act, to allow parents to sue school districts if their children are taught critical race history. So now the school can be sued. And I'm thinking to myself as I read that, oh, the shit our children, or we now, when we were growing up, the shit that we were forced to read and learn that we didn't want. It wasn't beneficial to us. But oh no, now since it's them, well, this just shows you white privilege, and we gotta get the fuck up out of here. Hey, so with that, shalom.